Hey guys, EliteTattoo.com has sent me a thermal printer. I'm really excited. I've never gotten a thermal printer from them before. This one costs $270, so it sounds like it's going to be a good one. I want to try it out for you to make sure it works well in your studio. So make sure you watch this review, and before we start, make sure you support us by liking and subscribing. All right, we're going to take a look at the Pocket S7. Okay, let's take a look at what's in the box. Okay, so some instructions on getting started on MacBook. So it looks like we're going to go to the App Store and find this Elite Stencil. Do that in a second. Ooh, nice. It's a good looking printer. It's probably one of the cooler looking ones I've seen. Let's see these little sides. Fancy. Alrighty. Should we power it on? Little screen there. That's cool. All right, it's got some charge to it. Let's go ahead and check the App Store. Okay, there it is, matching a little icon. All right, let's open up the app. All right, so opening up the app, the first thing I see is it has a single sheet print and an image segmentation section. So that's really cool. Sometimes it's hard to get that in the app. Sometimes it's not super clear within the app. I like that you can either press one or the other. We're going to go with single sheet today. Okay, and I'm just choosing this design I did recently of a mushroom octopus. So resizing the image here, it looks like you scale it yourself, and there's a fit to page section for A4 as well. So that's A4, that'll fit the biggest, I guess, on A4. You can always make it bigger to the border there. Let's see. Yep, it will just go back to A4. So let's just leave it there, see how that looks when it prints. Up here we have inches and we have millimeters. You can change that. So that will show you the size of what you're dealing with. That's showing me I can actively change the size and I can know what the size is of the thing I'm changing. So I do like that. All right, we are going to print this. Let's see. What does it ask for? Probably paper. Okay, we got out some paper. Let's take a look at the paper. I'm going to remove the center portion. All right, looks like we do, I'm sure the master sheet is on top and stencil carbon sheet is on the bottom. Hold the paper with both hands, making sure it's straight, properly aligned. So it sounds like the master sheet is the white side on top. Okay, and we got the paper in. And I press the print button. Now I'm going to add printer. And it's picking up on a lot of different things. Pocket S7. All right. Looks like we're connected. Back to the print page. We have light, medium, dark. Let's start with dark. And pressing print. Let me just take this off. Try it again. Okay, I took the yellow side off, paper's all loaded. Going to press print. I'm on the dark setting. So it's responding very quickly. It sounds really smooth as it's printing. I don't see a bunch of choppy lines like I do sometimes. All right, let's see how good it looks. Oh, wow. That's impressive. All right, very good. All right, that's actually very nice. So this printer seems to be excellent so far. That is the dark setting. And there's one more setting after that called the deep setting. So I guess it can get even darker than dark. But yeah, I think this printer looks amazing. All these details I can see super well. I would love to use this stencil for this project because there's so many crazy lines and it's just wild. It's all texture and madness, and you really need a good printer to pick up on all those little details. I'm actually really impressed. It got these little gaps in here too. Well, it's clearly a good printer. All right, should I put this guy's face on me? Okay, I have made a little cut here and we're gonna sample this paper. It looks amazing, it prints beautifully, but how does the stencil paper actually work? It is a new paper for us, so let's try it out on a piece of skin. The paper seems just as flexible as spirit paper, very similar, not too thick. It does seem a little less crinkly though, a little flatter than spirit paper. Okay, so there we got a little bit of the design on my arm. See, a little bit of the eye and all those little tiny lines I was looking at in there. I don't know, here and here. So let's let that dry. We're gonna give it a good 15 minutes. I'm sure you guys are probably curious about spirit paper as well and how that works in this printer. So let's try a piece of spirit paper. Okay, I have spirit purple here. And we're gonna print it exactly the same on dark setting. Super fast, went right to the printer. Okay, I love how that printed, came out on its own. Now let's see what it looks like. We have a little piece of our other guy here to compare if we want to. Okay, so I would say overall on the Elite paper, I see more saturation than the Spirit paper. The Spirit paper was printed at the exact same setting on dark, but it looks a little bit lighter, like you might not get as much onto the skin. Is it too much? It doesn't look like it's bleeding over, doing anything funky, so I don't think it's too much saturation. Although I will say this is a beautiful print on spirit paper. Spirit paper can be a little finicky because it is a very flexible paper, and the ink works really well. We love spirit paper, and we love the flexibility of the paper. but it does tend to print with some gaps and things like that because of the wrinkles in the paper. For whatever reason, this machine didn't really seem to wrinkle it up. I see like beautiful quality here for Spirit paper where there's no gaps missing at all. So overall, I think this printer probably prints on Spirit just as good, maybe better than other printers can with Spirit. So I think it's an awesome tool for either Spirit or the Elite paper. It's great that you can use either one of them because some of these companies make it so you can only use their paper. It's not like that. So you can obviously use the tools that you already have without wasting that money. Okay, guys, it's been about 10 minutes. Realistically, most people aren't going to wait past 10 minutes. 15 minutes would be the best, but we're going to try wiping it off now at 10 minutes. First, we're going to start with some soap. This is just a water soap dilution. All right. Wipe. I have a feeling Spirit paper's stronger, but this is staying on pretty good. Wiped it a few times. What I like is once I get like the surface wiped off, I like seeing this sort of ghost line in there, and I can usually follow that just as well. Sometimes when you wipe away the first time, you don't get that. So that is good. I think that we have a good stencil here, one that will last long enough as long as you are not overly wiping it. But it's kind of hard to beat Spirit paper. I think Spirit paper, it's just been around so long and they're using some kind of concoction in there that's probably a little better. So wait the full 15 and I think you probably get something a little closer to Spirit paper. Trying alcohol now, and you can see it's pretty hard to take off. So that's good. We like that. Okay, I've wiped for a while and it's pretty much gone now. I wouldn't be able to follow any of this up here, but it took a while to get off and it's definitely a decent stencil. All right, so that's the end of my review. I'm really happy with the Elite S7. I think that it's printing beautifully, actually better than I've seen maybe any other printer print. The paper is not the same as Spirit paper. It's a little more saturated than Spirit paper, which means it probably gets a little bit more onto the skin, which is great. Spirit paper, as you know, is also a great paper to use, and you can use it in this printer. So that gives it a A++ for me. I think that gives it the extra little edge that it needed over some other printers that I've reviewed in the past. So far, I would say this Elite S7 is my favorite little printer, and I'm going to start using it ASAP in my studio. If you guys want, there is a link in the description below so you can get your own Elite S7 printer. And don't forget to get their great paper. One of the things I like about the Elite paper versus Spirit is the price difference. It's about $20 less expensive, so if you're trying to save money, this could be a great purchase for you. All right, guys, I hope this helps you out in your studio. Keep doing great work. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye. Thank you. Bye.